Mattia, get it together. It's the same settings, just it's the same 10. Just pick you one. Pick you one. I think I'm yeah, going nowhere fast.
Hey you guys, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know who it is. So who is it? Who is it? It's your girl, Mattia Washington, aka Mattia Washi. What's up? I'm back with another video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for all of my returning subscribers. Y'all, I couldn't get whatever light and setting. I don't know which one I chose. I don't know which one looks the best. I don't know. I just know all of them bring a little more light than what I had. So I probably should have fiddled around with that before I started recording, but it's all good. Anyway, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is part 3 to my self-love mini series. I hope you guys have been enjoying thus far. If you haven't caught the latest 2 videos, please go check them out, or any videos that you haven't caught. Just run through my channel and just light it up with everything that you haven't caught, you know? So I'm not gonna run this intro out. That's it. No, but thank you guys so much. I hope you've been enjoying. Stay tuned, because you know it only gets better and better, gooder and gooder, better and better. My lip gloss is like popping, because I know y'all see that. Y'all see that? Maybe it's just me who see it because the light. Popping, baby. ebfcosmetics.com. Get you some. All right, y'all. So this video is not gonna be long. It's really kind of short, sweet, and to the point. However, I know how I can get to, you know, so. I know. Back to the topic. So today's topic is simple. Being free by forgiving yourself. For me, self-love, a lot of it has to do with just, for me, just being able to live my life free. You know, in the last video in part 2, we discussed about what is your happy, the things that make you happy, and not living for anybody else aside from you and God. So this part 3, is just about forgiving yourself. You know, so many times we hold on to past mistakes that we've made, things that have happened to us, things that we have done to others, or whatever the case may be. And of course, we may, you know, those of us who are believers, we may seek God, ask God to forgive us. But a lot of the times that we ask God to forgive us, we still hold on to whatever the mistake was, or whatever the error or the wrong was. We hold on to it, and then sometimes we'll end up and we just start practicing self-sabotaging, which is just speaking negatively to ourselves, thinking negative things to ourselves. And we gotta stop that. Like, just stop it. We are not perfect. We make mistakes. We will make mistakes. But we have to make just a conscious effort to get up and try and do it better the next time. And yeah, we still may stumble, we still may fall, but we have to forgive ourselves. Period. That's just like, you know, if you get in a little argument with your boyfriend or whatever, and in your mind, you thinking, you know, men, they just let go of stuff so quick. But we women, we just hold on to everything. Well, some women, a lot of women, we handle things differently than men. But we got to learn to let things go. Forgive yourself for the mess up. And sometimes, you know, if you get in a little argument with babe, he probably like, I'm not even tripping off that the way that you thinking, mama. So why you still holding on to it? Now, I know men be lying, but let me stop this. Also, not only do we do self-sabotaging by holding on to things, but we self-sabotage even like our image, our bodies, the way that we are. We make comparisons with us and another woman. You know, we got to stop that too. You know, somebody messaged me today. We had pajama day at work today, so I had my little onesie on. And a young lady inboxed me and she was like, I want your, she was like, either I want your body or please can I have, not in that way. Let me set the record straight. But she was like, I'll give me your body or something like that. I wish I had your body or something like that. And before I even said thank you to that, I'm like, you know, your body is already beautiful the way it is. You don't need mine. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to love ourselves the way that we are. And the things that we don't like about ourselves, we got to change, you know, and that goes on to show how sometimes we can want something else for our own image or our own body. And then other people come along and they like, dang, you know, your shape is just like, you know? So we over here worried about this and worried about our little back roll and worried about why our hair look like this and why the curl pattern is like this and why our skin don't look like that. Meanwhile, somebody else is like, yo, I need that shape. I need that edge up. I need that droppage. So we got to learn to appreciate and love what's in this cage right here. Seriously. And another reason why I say that, you know, we got to learn to love our cage. Because, y'all, living by yourself, well, it has helped me love my cage even more. I'm trying to tell you because when y'all, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, when I have a husband, it'll be fine. But when I have children, like, I'm really just gonna have to shift my whole mindset to put clothes on. Cause I'm telling you, I'm sitting recording this video in just a hoodie. Period. Why? Because I'm comfortable in my skin. I walk around, y'all, Sundays, you know, COVID going on. I get up, make myself breakfast, sit down at the table, eat my little breakfast with no clothes on. You got to learn to love yourself. All of yourself. Everything. Okay. Anyway. But you got to stop practicing self-sabotaging. And a way that you can start practicing not self-sabotaging is by practicing affirming yourself. Affirming. A lot of people, you hear people talk about positive affirmations. What is a positive affirmation? Is basically something that you speak over yourself, that you are validating yourself. And something that you believe to be true. And a lot of times, even if you don't believe it to be true right then, the more you speak something, even if you don't believe it, the more you say it, the more your mind will grab hold to it. The more your mind grabs hold to it, the more it begins to transform into the things that you are speaking. And the more your mind transforms and the more you speak those things, you speak life into the situation. Because why? Power is, we have the power in our tongue to speak life or death. So if we speak negative things, it's gonna bring about negative things, death. If we speak positive things, if we speak life, prime example, I became a plant mother when quarantine, about early on in quarantine. So some of my plant, you know, I didn't know how to be a plant mama. My mama, she has a green thumb. She would take care of plants and they will grow and flourish and grow and grow and grow. I got my little plants. I'm like, all right, you know, all I got to do is add a little water, open the blinds, let them get a little sunlight or whatever. And one of them, you know, I got a purple heart. My purple heart, and I had the plants inside. So my purple heart started turning green, and I'm like, where they do that at? You know? Then my peace lily, you know, my peace lily had kind of started withering, like the leaves had went down, and I'm just like on Google, like, God, how we fix this? And the purple heart, my mama had told me, she was like, the purple heart is gonna die in the wintertime, but it comes back to life. But she was like, your purple heart, it shouldn't be turning green, it needs some sunlight. So I put it outside. I would leave it outside during the day for work and then bring it back inside because I wanted to look at my plants inside. So put it outside, brought it back in. And then finally I was like, it's not really changing back to purple. So I left that joker outside for a week. Next time I went out there and looked at it, the little purple flowers with the purple hearts, they started blooming on them. I was like, yes. Not only that, but my peace lily, you know, my peace lily, like I said, it had started withering, like the leaves was just drooping down. I was just like, oh my gosh, my plants, they dying like. So I went on Google and it was like, it had pictures. It was like, if your peace lily looks, if it's withered down, you have to fill it with an enormous amount of water, y'all. And I spoke to them plant. I said, will these dry bones live? These bones is gonna live. These plant leaves is gonna live. It was a Saturday. I remember because my sister was here, one of our other friends. I filled that peace lily with some water, left to go to my barber appointment. Within a couple of hours, I came back, that thing was sprouting. It was marching. It was marching. I was like, yes. Why am I saying this? Because what we speak out of our mouths, that is what the situation is gonna be. If we're always Debbie down in ourselves, we will always see ourselves that way. But if we begin to speak life, if we begin to speak life, not even just over dead situations, Jesus spoke life. Jesus spoke into Lazarus, he was a dead man. Y'all, I ain't come on here to preach, but I get excited when I talk about my God. He spoke over Lazarus. Lazarus, come forth. And although he was giving a commandment, he was speaking to the dead thing for the dead thing to rise. So sometimes, well, all the time, we gotta speak to the dead things, even within ourselves. We gotta speak over that stuff and stop self-sabotaging by always complaining. If somebody give you a compliment, accept the compliment. Like someone that I worked with gave her a compliment about an outfit or something she had on. And she was like, oh, well, this is the only thing that my fat self could get into. Well, if that's how you see yourself, like how can we redirect this? Let's redirect the way that we see ourselves. Thank you, Lord, because I ain't had that jotted down, but thank you. Thank you. Let's redirect the way that we see ourselves. Stop the self-sabotaging. Speak life. And whatever you don't like about yourself or your circumstances, your situation, do whatever is within your power to change that. And watch God do the rest. And lastly, I just wanted to say, sometimes we have to stop. Well, not sometimes. We do have to stop holding on to things that are keeping us bound. You know, we have to let those, excuse me, a little burp. We got to stop holding on to the things that we know are keeping us bound. Live a, you know, a free life. And I mean, spiritually as well as in the natural. Like, if people around you are negative, yo, get from around me. Get from around me. Like, and I understand sometimes God will allow people to be in your midst who are unlike you, to either teach you something or to have you teach that person something. So sometimes it's just a part of the assignment. But you got to learn what to take in. I remember my daddy told me one time, I think it was something about some chicken wings. Yeah, don't give me the line, because I feel like I'm about to say this all wrong. Take the meat and spit the bone out? Basically, he was saying, take whatever is applicable to you and the rest, throw it out. So if somebody is in your midst, you know, because sometimes we can be around negative people, self-sabotaging people. Every time, you know, something positive is said, they have a negative. But still, speak life. Still speak positive. Like, it don't matter. Stop holding on to things that's going to keep you bound. Learn to forgive yourself. And what I do by forgiving myself is just, look, what's happened has already happened. What's done is already done. If I've sought God and I asked God to forgive me and I went to the parties or whoever was involved, or, you know, if it was something that I did to somebody else, ask them to forgive me. Don't harbor that inside yourself. Let it go. What's done is done. Now let's move forward. Like I told y'all before, we ain't got time to be dwelling back there. Why? Because it's too much in the front. So forgive yourself. Be free. Change your mindset about the way that you think about things. And let's move forward. Because we don't have time to be dwelling on the past. Okay? We don't have time for it. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's done. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to compact these videos, because try to compact them into something small. Smaller. Because you know I can get carried away like I'm doing right now. Amen. About to cut this short. Y'all, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And also, if y'all have any topics, I wasn't going to do this. I actually just thought about this. If y'all have any topics that you would like for me to discuss or anything like that, just, you know, let a sister know. Leave it in the comments or whatever. Yeah, next week's video is going to be the final video for the mini self-love series. If I decide to come back and do this, you know, later on, or do a different segment or another mini series or whatever the case, then, you know, blase, 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 yada, yada. I was saying blase, 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 but in the body, yada, 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 yada. All right, y'all. Peace.